So well today we're gonna do a little bit more of a chill Wuthering Waves videos. Wuthering Waves, Wuthering Waves, Wuthering Waves. There'll be no combat in this video. We're instead going to do a deep dive on Jinhsi, the character. I figured there's so much information in the game about each character that's, readily available for you, that I figured we should just focus the entire video on a single character. And I figured Jinhsi is a good place to start, since she is the first Sentinel Resonator of Wanglong. And she's like the head of Jin Shao, I think. Yeah, she's also one of my favorite characters. I really like playing her. I think she's so cool. For those of you that don't know, this is a skin. I did buy the skin because I really enjoy her. But usually she looks like this. This is her base original outfit, which also is super cool. Like, this outfit is so cool. Like, she is just so cool in general. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, I did buy the skin because it's really cute, and I like the character a lot. And if you guys enjoy this type of video, then I'll do more on different characters in the future. But we're gonna start with Jinhsi. So, Jinhsi, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, you need to raise their intimacy. Apparently, it unlocks more lore about them. You get to know more about them. Which, fortunately for me, I really enjoy playing this character, so her intimacy is already maxed. But let's start here. Some basic information. Jinhsi, Magistrate of Jin Shao. I might be butchering that. I don't speak Chinese, so I am so sorry. Gently brightens the hopes of her people like rays of winter sunlight. As the revered Sentinel's appointed resonator, she displays humility and wholeheartedly commits herself to guiding her people towards a brilliant future. Gender, female. Birthplace, Wanglong. Affiliation, Jinzhao. So, to make it less confusing, Wanglong is the region as a whole, like the whole region, the whole country, I guess you would call it, if you had to make a reference to the real world. But yeah, this is the region, Wanglong, and then Jinzhao is the city. It's like the capital, I guess. It's like the biggest city in this region. So that's why it has, different names. Anyways, let's look here. Forte examination report. So Forte is like their abilities, I suppose. Like their, oh my god, there's so much. Okay, let's see. Resonance ability, Thawborn renewal. Resonance evaluation report. Evaluation basis resonance assessment 2100 G. Exact timing of Resonator Jinhsi's awakening remains unclear. So awakening is like when their powers came to be. When, they discovered their powers or could finally start using them. Signs of her awakening manifested early in her life, establishing a profound resonance with Sentinel Jue, the big dragon, the Sentinel of Wanglong and Jinzhao. Positioned at the midpoint of her back. I wonder if you can see it. Oh, I can't turn around here. Unlucky. Jinhsi's tacit mark is a distinct feature. When activating her resonance ability, crystalline formations resembling Luo waves materialize above her head. I know this word means dragon in Chinese. I don't know how you say it though. Luong. Luong. I don't know. I say luong. But yeah, this means dragon. So that's why if you'll see this word quite a bit, they make a few references to it. Though her unique gift, Jinhsi can manipulate light to create holographic projections mirroring Sentinel Jue, showcasing power comparable to the Sentinel's own abilities. Observational data points towards the exceptional growth capacity of the subject's resonance ability. The pinnacle of this ability hints at the remarkable prospect of time shifting. Oh yeah, we did. Spoilers. We did see that in the story. But I didn't realize that she would be able to utilize it as a... Oh my god, I can't speak. Utilize it as well. Detailed analysis of Jinhsi's resonance spectrum pattern has unveiled a striking resemblance to that of Sentinel Jue. Rigorous testing has uncovered strong syntony reactions. I don't know what this word means. Nevertheless, the precise trigger behind Jinhsi's awakening remains enigmatic due to the Sentinel's special position. Analysis of test samples has revealed a non-convergent Rabel's curve with a noticeable periodic waveform, which classifies Jinhsi as a congenital resonator. No idea what that means either. No clue. Overclock diagnostic report. So, for some context, overclocking, I don't quite understand it myself, but what I think it means is like when you're like, how do you say it? It's kind of like your abilities are taking over your body in a way. It's like you're pushing yourself so hard and using your abilities, or something is pushing you. Sometimes there's external factors that makes your abilities go crazy. But when their abilities basically take over their bodies, when they're pushing themselves to the limit, they're going over the 100% that they're able to give to like 120% to get stronger for whatever reason, if it's for their own reasons or external reasons that are making them do this. And they basically like lose control of their body, and it like damages them, I guess, in a way. I don't really know how it works, but I figured it was like how do you say, like it damages them mentally in a way, but I'm not quite sure. I might be misunderstanding everything, but I figured I would at least try to give some context to the people that don't know what it is. Resonator Jinhsi's waveform graph displays elliptical fluctuations. The patterns of time domain is stable, with no abnormal waveform. Resonance critically, extremely high. No, criticality. Resonant criticality, extremely high. Resonator Jinhsi's frequency displays high stability. It is almost certain that she bears no risk of overclocking. Resonator Jinhsi has no past record of overclocking. Routine examinations are recommended, while psychological counseling is currently deemed unnecessary. So, spoiler once again, this is not quite up to date. I wonder if they put this in when she was first released. story, there was one moment where she was pretty close to overclocking, but I guess the researchers wouldn't know that. So I guess, never mind, it does make sense. Her leadership. So she's the head of Jinhsi, the city, like the capital, because of her connection with the Sentinel, which is like the guardian of the region, I suppose, which has ties to the city as well. Her leadership. Jinhsi on the borderlands often conjures images of desolate lands and barren mountain ranges. Once the merchant was tasked with a journey to Jinhsi. I'm not well, he promptly refused. I would die halfway if I were to go there. His colleagues smiled and responded, "You'll know what it's like once you see it for yourself." Reluctantly, the duo set out for Jinhsi. They traversed countless barren wastelands and perilous jungles until they finally reached a picturesque place embraced by lush mountains and clear water. Very true. Jinhsi is so beautiful. It is a really beautiful city. Standing at the end of the forest path were towering city gates. Soldiers on guard gave them a friendly welcome, granting them entry after a quick check of their papers. Quick check, quick check. A lively tapestry of life unfurled before them as they ventured into Jinhsi. Contrary to expectations, the city was a bustling hub of activity and lacked any trace of desolation or bleakness. Amidst well-designed buildings and serene ponds, teeming with colorful carp, they discovered a captivating scenery that rivaled even the lush landscapes of inland regions. Lost in the lively atmosphere, they sampled kung fu tea at Liuxiang Tea House, savored the specialty dish at Panhua's restaurant, and immersed themselves in the shows at Jinhsi Theater. With each experience, their weariness faded away, replaced by the invigorating energy of Jinhsi and the warm hospitality of its people. Unbelievable! Who would have thought a borderland city could thrive like this? It feels like a utopia. It must have taken a lot of hard work to create such beautiful structures in here. Our magistrate always preached the value of hard work. No matter your circumstances, with determination and effort, you can achieve your dreams. So, despite the barren mountains and tacit discords, we built our homes and savored the good times before hardship struck. It's amazing how you all pulled it off. It couldn't have been easy, but each of you made it happen. Truly impressive. Well, it's not as tough as it seems, with our great magistrate leading the way. We just follow her lead, and she takes care of everything here. Yeah, she seems really wise and capable. I bet she has years of experience too. because she carries herself very gracefully and speaks very eloquently. So, joke's on me. Let's see, what do we have here? Her wish-granting magic. When Jinhsi became the Jinshao magistrate, she was young and inexperienced. The people of Jinshao placed their trust in her decisions, but she knew it was not her alone, but also her role as the Sentinel's resonator that earned their faith. I mean, it makes sense if the guardian, like the region's guardian, believes in you and are like attached to you and providing power for you. People are going to have faith in you as well, because the Sentinel will choose wisely and carefully pick their resonator. Taking on this great responsibility, Jinhsi felt determined to guide Jinzhao towards a better future, despite her initial challenges. She also understood that trust had to be earned through hard work and dedication. Despite the skepticism she encountered, Jinhsi was more troubled by the weariness etched on the faces of the people, a weariness born of life's hardships and a lack of hope. She realized that beyond addressing tangible issues like material shortages and external threats, her true challenge was to restore the hope and confidence of the people of Jinshao, who had been worn down by life. In such times, what the people needed most was a reliable source of hope, regardless of who provided it. Yeah, very wise words from someone who's just a teenager. I kind of feel bad for her, because it feels like she's kind of been robbed of her her childhood and teen years, because she has this great responsibility. It's a little sad in a way, but she has also helped so many people, and it seems to fulfill her, so maybe not all that bad. During a reconstruction event, the young magistrate performed a miracle known as Sentinel granting wishes. The remote village had been plagued by weather anomalies for years. Even though the tacit discords had stopped, villagers still suffered from extreme cold and gloom. Oops. Jinhsi asked the villagers to voice their wishes. At first, silence hung heavy until a sneeze broke the silence. A timid voice then followed. It's so cold. I wish it was a bit warmer here. Standing amidst the crowd, Jinhsi held a luong scale, closed her eyes and nodded. I will convey your wish to the Sentinel. Right after her words fell, long horns sprouted from her head, and a sentinel-like light pierced the dark clouds and the snow on the ground. Just in an instant, the ice thawed, and the land once again sprang to life. Witnessing this spectacle, the crowd exclaimed, sentinel. The sentinel had shown itself. People observed the long-shaped light in awe, with hope rekindling in their eyes. News of the young magistrate's wish-granting abilities spread rapidly in Jinzhou. Wishing became a popular custom, with people submitting their desires to her at City Hall. She meticulously examined each one and devised effective strategies to fulfill them. Dear Magistrate, I'm worried about tacit discords infiltrating our city. Tao Chi, director of the Defense Division, was then tasked with fortifying the city defense walls. Dear Magistrate, I pray for my father's safe return and an end to the war. Jinhsi prioritized research on tacitite, weaponry, and material engineering, pushing for new weapons against discords and faster upgrades for defense. Dear Magistrate, the exiles have been spotted in the city. I'm scared. Jinhsi expanded patrol stations, added patrollers in the city, and assigned more midnight rangers to guard outside. Within 3 years, the city defense walls were renewed, new weapons were created, and tacit discords were repelled. Jinzhou finally ushered in peace and prosperity. As time passed, people came to realize that the so-called sentinel granting wishes was just a white lie from the young magistrate. However, they also discovered her true dedication to addressing their problems and concerns, always being on the spot at lightning speed. The lights in City Hall never went out, even on holidays. Jinhsi worked tirelessly until midnight, developing feasible plans to fulfill people's wishes. And eventually, they came to understand that she possessed an incredible power. Without a Luong scale, she could summon a dazzling light that could pierce through ice and turn the tide of time. Today, making wishes has become a habit for Jinzhou people, an unspoken agreement between them and their young magistrate. Dear Magistrate, I hope you can take some time to relax and come watch our latest show. This was the last wish of the year. Smiling, Jinhsi closed the file in her hands, leaned against the window in her office, and listened to the melodious singing from Jinzhou Theater, where the new hero play Luong Maiden and Wishes was being performed. Yeah, like I said, she's a teenager and she's already working overtime permanently. So I do feel a little bit bad for her. But I do hope she's happy regardless. Her kindness in any situation, Jinhsi always wears a gentle smile, reassuring those around her. There's still much to do, but rest assured, I'm here to guide you through it. Back then, the tacit discords ravaged the lands, and warriors fought for every piece of land. People dreaded the thought of bidding farewell to loved ones heading to the front lines, uncertain if those farewells might be forever. After witnessing the despair and anguish in her people's eyes, the newly appointed young magistrate couldn't bear to add to their sorrow. She understood that revealing her own stress would only weaken the hard-earned confidence and hope they held onto amidst adversity. Thus, she never let a hint of despair show, always exuding composure. Despite her unwavering smile and gentle demeanor, Jinhsi was aware that without tangible results, her actions may be perceived as insincere or ignorant of the people's suffering. To counter this, she resolved to be a proactive magistrate, tirelessly working to address their concerns and guide them towards a life of happiness and peace. While the Midnight Rangers valiantly fought to protect Jinhsi, a different yet equally difficult battle raged within the city walls. Families of soldiers grappled with anxiety. Their worries for their loved ones' safety had disrupted their daily lives. Unfortunately, interference in the tacit fields hindered real-time communication with soldiers. In response, Jinhsi implemented a speedy delivery service in collaboration with the Ministry of Development and Lolo Logistics. Free letters were quickly delivered to families of soldiers thanks to Lolo Logistics, while the Ministry of Development built shortcuts for efficient transport. This helped ease the worries of families wanting updates on their loved ones serving in the military. Another pressing issue that Jinhsi tackled was comforting families who lost loved ones in battle. She worked with the Ministry of War and Ministry of Development to create a thorough plan. The city honored fallen soldiers by increasing compensation for their families and building a wall of remembrance in Nell Square. Tablets bearing their names were made from the finest ore, able to withstand the elements and provide solace for centuries to come. The Midnight Rangers may not have fought for honor, but their sacrifices deserve to be remembered. With the completion of Nell Square, people had another place to commemorate and seek comfort in their loss. I think that's how you say that word. I apologize. In all these efforts to console and address the aftermath, Jinhsi always led by example. Whenever people saw her gentle smile, they knew she would introduce policies that cheered them up, just like her smile did. Such warmth served as a balm for the wounds of war, helping the people of Jinhsi endure difficult times. Yeah, she's always putting everyone else before herself. She's a very selfless individual. Maybe too selfless even. She needs to take care of herself too, because if the people are so reliant on her, they need her that bad, she also needs to stay strong and, be happy and be well in order for her to, fulfill her duties. Let's move on to her not rage, her rare anger. Jinhsi magistrate even know how to get angry? She's always so calm, no matter what. As hopefully you are as well. Seriously, I've wondered about that too. How would she look when mad? I've seen it, replied she, a typically solitary miner who stays focused on his works. It was an exceptionally bitter winter. The contractor, citing supposed excessive equipment usage, claimed a hefty sum from a mining project, leaving the miners with nothing to show for their labor. Fresh. I apologize, my stomach is being really funny. The second I start recording, it starts making noises, so I hope it doesn't distract too much. Fresh from the aftermath of battles, chaos reigned. With a surge in demand for civil construction, the need for ores skyrocketed. However, the Ministry of Development's exploration equipment fell short, forcing them to resort to renting privately owned tools. However, the contractor proved to be a profiteer, reneging on payment when the time came. What's worse, as the president of the Chamber of Commerce, he wielded a monopoly over exploration equipment in the market and paid little heed to the officials. I know this is not very fitting for an ASMR video, but what an asshole. What an absolute asshole. After a year of hard work, she had been counting on the payment to spend a joyous new year with his family. But now that simple wish seemed out of reach. Looking at his calloused, weathered hands, she recalled the words of his colleague, De Biao. Honesty won't fill our pockets. Let's take action and get back what we deserve, our own hard-earned cash. Under the cover of night, she and his fellow workers sneaked into the merchant mansion. Pressing his ear against the door, she listened intently for any signs of movement, ready to seize the chance to burst in. Mr. Zhu, I'm here to deliver some news. A young girl's voice sounded from within, gentle, yet tinged with an unsettling chill. You have been removed from the Chamber of Commerce, and your business license has been revoked. Henceforth, you are forbidden from engaging in any commercial activities in Jinzhou. Huh, that's funny. We're in Jinzhou, a city renowned for its adherence to the law. Since you're new to your role, dear magistrate, I'll turn a blind eye to your ignorance. Let me tell you, expelling a Chamber of Commerce president takes a minimum of 2 weeks here. And as for revoking my business license, I demand evidence. No evidence, no revocation. Simple as that. Since you mentioned the law, then let's discuss it. Per Article 180 of the Jinzhou Commercial Law, expelling a Chamber of Commerce president requires over half of its members' signatures, as well as those of the Minister of Commerce and Director of the Ministry of Development. Obtaining approval from the magistrate can be time-consuming. Therefore, I am here to inform you personally in order inside, she missed the rest of the conversation. It seemed like someone was defending themselves, but she knew it would be useless against overwhelming proof and careful planning. Soon, they were notified of their rightful payment on their terminals. Finally, they could ring in the new year with happiness. Following that, such occurrences ceased, as Magistrate Jinhsi enacted new laws prohibiting monopolies and amended payment and settlement procedures. Workers' wages are settled before contractors receive their payments. As winter faded into spring, a new era dawned. Come on, spill the beans. What was the magistrate like when she got angry? Well, she wasn't scary. She looked very dependable, reassuring. What? Yeah, very stern, I suppose, would be the word. Like very stern, very... I don't know. I guess stern, just stern. That's all I got, guys. Her long-awaited guest. Many praised young magistrate Jinhsi for her remarkable intelligence and perceptive nature. There seems to be no realm of knowledge beyond her grasp, nor any challenges she cannot surmount. Since taking office, she deftly navigates Jinzhao's complex affairs, implementing policies that have brought about peace and prosperity for its people, ushering in an era of peace and prosperity. Prosperity. That's a lot of peace and prosperity. That sentence was kind of weird. We get it, guys. Peace and prosperity. As the magistrate of Jinhsi's responsibilities extend from matters of great importance, such as military and political affairs, to seemingly minor issues. However, she believes that even the smallest detail can greatly impact people's lives. This is the standard she holds herself to. Though well-informed, Jinhsi still faced mysteries unknown to her. Lately, a person of great significance to her city had arrived. Surrounded by elusive secrets, this only piqued her curiosity and concern for them even more. According to historical records, a legendary hero in Jinzhao was said to possess the power of absorbing tacit discords with her bare hands. This person left an unforgettable mark on the history of Jinzhao and even the entire Huanglong region. Now, a new individual with unique abilities was about to appear in the world. Jinhsi suspected that they may be connected to the fabled hero. Knowing the significance of this distinguished guest, Jinhsi planned a careful welcome, fully aware that they could be drawn into conflicts and conspiracies. Thus, she crafted a meticulous plan to greet them in her own distinctive manner. She recorded a message to be broadcast throughout the region, extending a warm welcome to all visitors of Jinzhao, ensuring they felt warmly welcomed resources. She provided just the right amount of assistance to help her guest unravel one puzzle after another. Jinhsi remained determined to return to Jinzhou in time for their 3-day agreement despite hardships. Once a serene haven, Mount Firmament bristled with instability, its tranquility disrupted by the Sentinel's peril and minions of their Fraxidus. Driven by a desire for Jinzhou's peace, the young magistrate ventured alone into the fray, confronting various difficulties while seeking information about the Sentinel. Emerging unharmed from such adversity was challenging for even someone as strong-willed as Jinhsi. But whenever she felt discouraged or lost in self-doubt, she remembered a certain person. Upon waking up, that individual swiftly grasped the intricate circumstances, exhibiting patience as they awaited her decision. Jinhsi was sure that they would lead Jinzhou to a brighter future together. On the City Hall's terrace, Jinhsi, the returning magistrate, gazed at esteemed guest with relief and joy. With a nod of greeting, she uttered the words she had rehearsed 1,000 times over. It's been 3 days. We've both made it on time. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Jinhsi. It brings me great joy to see you, Rover. So if you didn't know, the long-awaited guest was Rover, which, if you followed the story, you probably understood. Let's see. So just different poses. Let's watch the first one. Just kind of playing with her hair, thinking about something. Oh. Second one. It's a light of some sort. Oh. And it's Jue, the Sentinel. And here, you have another one. Oh, look, the horns. The Luong horns. Interesting. Let's look at some of her cherished items. Luong bun, a plate of luong buns made by Jinhsi herself, each adopting a pink hue and a sprinkling of osmanthus powdered sugar. Each luong bun has a unique filling: custard, lotus seed paste, or sweet bean paste. Our honored guest To make this possible, she asked Chang Li Yao to create an electronic to-do list that she could access on the go, allowing her to review documents while attending to other tasks. Pretty smart. Luong scale. Jinhsi had frequent nightmares in her childhood. Once, she was drowning in her dream, caught in the surf and about to sink to the bottom of the ocean. A piece of driftwood floated by as she clung to it, returning to shore against the tide. When she woke up, what she was holding in her hand was a piece of scale. If you look closely, you'll notice that the scale looks similar to the ones on the sentinel's body. If you know, you know. There's some different voice lines as well. I don't know if we'll go through all of them, but we'll see. Welcome. Okay, this is a little awkward because I have Japanese voice acting. But welcome to Jinhsi, esteemed guest from afar. My apologies for any shortcomings in my hospitality. My schedule is quite full. If there's a matter requiring my attention, please do not hesitate to find me in the city hall. I want to know her hobby. Oh, the Jinhsi Theater. So she really does enjoy theater. That's cute. Okay. Her trouble. Let me guess. It's gonna be that she has too much to do. When faced with challenge, sense of purpose. Her biggest trouble is worry or frustration. No way. So she doesn't worry. Lol. My biggest worry. Just don't worry. That's kind of funny. Favorite food? Let's see. The luong buns. That makes sense. What about disliked food? Let's see what she says. Okay, so she doesn't like wasting stuff, essentially. And she likes everything. Very political answer. Very well done, Jinhsi. Fine, you win this time. Let's see. So these are all like battle quotes. I feel like they're not very interesting for the purpose of this video. Let's see. I like the self-introduction. Let's see what she says. My role holds great power and duty. I vow to serve my people with diligence and bring prosperity to our land. Well, makes sense. Birthday wishes. Oh my god. Oh, she's the kind of person to give you a handmade gift. That's cute. I'll be interested to see what she thinks about these people, because they're all like people that are in close proximity to her work. So let's see what she has to say about everyone. We'll start with Chang Li. About Chang Li. Over the years, my esteemed teacher Chang Li has taught me much, yet her smiling eyes past the time for another meal, but like a blessing, Sanhua would always appear with a plate of delicious luang buns, filled with exactly what I was craving. I'm in awe. How does she know every time? That's so sweet. Sanhua, I think, is her, like, assistant. So, Sanhua always works tirelessly as well, but she knows that Jinhsi is so selfless. I suppose that she tries to look out for a little bit extra. Very sweet, very sweet. Is the perfect assistant or colleague. Taochi. Taochi is able to breeze through mountains of workload with ease. Despite her frequent yawns, her efficiency is truly remarkable. Okay, so she admires her work ethics. Interesting. Not what I expected. Not what I expected at all. About Jian. Jinhsi Rise. Monsters Gone. Every child in Jinxiao knows this nursery rhyme by heart. My faith rests with Jian, for with his protection, the tacit discords will never breach our borders. That's very cool. A little bit of context. I don't know how to say it, but Jing Luong, I believe that is the name of the emerald dragon that Yian uses in battle. So that's why they say Jing Luong, rise, monsters gone. He's the general of the military, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why. Well, it's cool that she feels so much faith in him. I mean, she has so much faith in him. She feels that she can trust him. That must be nice for her to just not have to worry about that at all. She feels like he'll take care of it. And finally, let's see what she has to say about Rover. I can feel it in my heart that we both have something we'll fiercely defend, a cause worth fighting for, and we won't back down, no matter what it takes. Interesting. It's like two kindred spirits, kindred souls in a way, similar and connected. Although their goals might be a bit different, they seem to, have a lot of respect for each other. That's very cool. I think that was almost everything. So what did you guys think about Jinhsi? Isn't she just so cool? Even though she's just a teen, apparently I didn't know that. She's so eloquent, elegant, and just, I don't know, she's a good leader. A little bit too selfless at times, but she always has the best for the city and the people in mind, which I think marks like it's one of the traits of a great leader, is not to do it for your own winning or do everything for yourself, but for the people and the betterment of the city and the region in general, I suppose. Very cool, very cool. One thing that's interesting is you learn this throughout the story, so quote-unquote spoiler again, is her name was not actually Jinhsi to begin with, but because the Sentinel Jue, he's the defender of Jinxiao, the capital city, I suppose, of the region. They had to add city's name into her name. So that's how her name came to be. I don't remember where the she part came from, but that's where the Jin part came from. Very interesting. So she's like the defender of the city. Very fitting